सनातनाय सूक्ष्माय सुगुणाय सुशान्ताय सम्पूर्णाय सुशीलाय Srinivasaय te Namah.
So here, the beautiful dawn is happening. At that point, many are coming to worship Bhagavan. We've been seeing that. And every last line is like that group saying, Sri Venkatesha Suprabhatam, Keshadri Shekhara Vibho Tava Suprabhatam. So whoever is addressed in that sloka, they are actually doing the chorus at the end of the sloka. That is how we understand it. So here they are naming a few people. So Anand Swamigal is saying, Seva Para, in order to do service to you. Seva is service, Para. So the intent with which they are coming here is in order to do service to you. Who all are there? Shiva, Suresha, Krishanu Dharma. So what is happening here? Who are all these people who are mentioned here? Very, very interestingly, it speaks about the Ashta Dikpalakas. For every direction, we have a person who supports that direction. Ashta Dik, we usually say, is supposed to be the 8 directions. Today, whenever we have an organization which is huge, a multinational, we say, okay, this person is head of Asia Pacific. This person is, head of a different region. So like that, for our universe, we have people who are responsible for the directions. Now, the representatives come there in order to worship Bhagavan. So, Seva Para, Shiva. Shiva is the first one. Shiva is responsible for the Ishana. Ishana is the northeast corner. Okay. So, the person responsible for the northeast corner is called as the Ishana. So, what does the northeast corner represent? This usually represents purity. And the representative of that is Shiva. His name there is Ishana. So, that is a typical role of Shiva there. The next is the Sureshaha. Sureshaha, Suranam Ishaha, the Lord of the Devas. He is Suresha. He is usually responsible for heaven and everything. As far as direction is concerned, he takes care of the east direction. So, Indra, Suresha, is responsible for the east direction. Then comes the Krishanu, which is Agni. Agni is the southeast direction. Agneya is the direction we say. The south is Yama. All of us know, right? South direction. In fact, when we lie down, people say, don't even have your feet in the south direction because it is Yama's direction. He will just pull you by your leg. So never have your leg on the south direction. So we always have our head in that direction. We'll never have our feet in the south direction because it is disrespectful to Yama. So south is governed by Yamadharma Raja. The next comes Nirutti. This might be a new name. Raksha is the word that is used in the sloka for Nirutti. He is the one who is known for sorrow, for chaos. Rita means order. Nirita is chaos. So this goes to say that it is not just about what we think as positive who come to worship Bhagavan. There is nothing outside of the scope of Bhagavan, right? So whether it be chaos or lack of chaos. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, I am the Deva, I am the Asura. In Asuras, I am Prahlada. A lot of these explanations are given. So the deity of lack of order is the Nirutti, who is in the southwest direction. Now, west is the place for water. So here it is Ambunatha. Ambu means water. Natha means Lord. Ambunatha, the Lord of water. Varuna is usually known for being the Lord of the ocean, the Lord of the rains, the Lord of water, everything. So Ambunatha here means Varuna Deva. Varuni is the direction we say. Then the northwest is supposed to be the Vayu direction, the Lord of wind. So, Pavamana is the word that is used in this particular sloka. Pavana Putra Hanuman, we say, right? Pavana is wind. So, Pavamana, Vayu. Then finally, the north direction is supposed to be the Kubera Mula, Dhanadinatha, the lord of wealth, the lord of fortune is the Kubera. So the north direction. So this entire list, all the Ashta Dikpalakas are coming to worship you, oh Bhagavan. How beautifully we can remember all the directions with the names here, see? So beautifully combined in the first part of the sloka. Now, the beauty does not stop here. Our ancestors kept a lot of information inside every particular thing that they gave us. So here, if you just observe the sequence in which the entire thing is told, we usually start worshipping Bhagavan not by standing straight in front of him. What do? We always stand, even today when we go to the temple, we will stand on one side of Bhagavan, right? So when Bhagavan is standing, we will be in a 45-degree angle is what we usually stand and we worship Bhagavan. So here, the author has beautifully started this sloka by saying, Seva para Shiva. Which direction is Shiva in? Northeast direction, right? And this is all about our Tirupati, Venkatachalapati, right? Which direction does Venkatachalapati face? He faces east direction in Tirumala. So Bhagavan is now facing east. So beautifully, 45 degrees angle is the northeast corner, which is the Ishana corner. Exactly from there, the sloka starts. And then, if you notice, he's not starting from east, going to west, saying north, then south. He beautifully goes in a pradakshina order in this sloka. Here, if you notice, Bhagavan is facing the east. That is why I have put it like this. Therefore, we start from northeast, which is the location of Ishana. Shiva is there. Okay. So from there, the sloka beautifully goes to say, Sheva, Suresha, which is Indra, going on to the east. Then he speaks about Agni. Then he speaks about Yama in south direction. Then he goes to Raksha, which is Nirutti in southwest. Then to the Varuna, Vayu, finally comes and concludes in Kubera, which is north. So this is entirely like the way we do a pradakshina to Bhagavan, starting from here. We are doing a pradakshina to Bhagavan, coming and ending in the north corner. How beautiful can this be? Another way of looking at this beautiful thing is, what did I say Ishana Shiva is responsible for? He's responsible for knowledge, right? So, what is the knowledge that we require? We need that purity of thought. In Tirupavai, Andal beautifully says, Tuyomai Vandom. Early morning we all will get up and we'll come with a purity of mind. What is that purity? Hey Bhagavan, I am coming here just to see you. It is not for some purpose. It is not a transaction. It's not trading, right? We meet him for the love of meeting him. So, Tuyomai Vandom, with so much of purity. So here, Ishana is a corner of purity. That knowledge that without expectation, I'm going to go have a darshan of Bhagavan for the love of Bhagavan. Right? With that mind, when we go offer ourselves to Bhagavan, what happens? The pradakshina happens. And finally, where do we end up? We end up in the Kubera corner, which is supposed to be the wealth corner, which leads us to the greatest wealth in the world, which is Bhagavan, Venkatesha Bhagavan. Baddhanjali pravilasan nijashisha deshaha. Baddhanjali. Baddha, they are folding their hands in great reverence with the Anjali Mudra. It is a mark of utmost humility. They are in utter humility in front of Bhagavan and they are in this Anjali Mudra. So here I said, all these great divinities lead by example, right? So here what happens? The Ashta Dikpalakas show us how we are supposed to worship in the temple. So Anjali Mudra. They are having the Anjali Mudra in no uncertain terms and they are having it on top of their head as if that is the decoration, the ornament for their head. and their heads are shining because of this ornamentation. Baddhanjali pravilasan nijashisha. Pravilasan, it is like prakasham tatrasti. So it is shining there. So they are offering their namaskarams. Now Bhagavan thinks, it is my responsibility to protect all these people with their folded hands. In fact, people say Srinivasa Bhagavan has this huge crown, right? This crown basically shows that, look, you are Raja the Raja, it is your responsibility to protect all these people. So that is the significance of his crown. So this ultimate gesture of surrendering, along with Shraddha, the Mahavishwasa, makes Bhagavan feel so pleased with us that he is ready to forgive whatever mistakes that we have done. So Baddhanjali. With this, they offer their namaskaras to you. They are waiting to serve you, O Bhagavan, Sri Venkatesha, the person, the mountain, the Lord of this mountain, who can help us get rid of sins and bless us with prosperity. Tava Suprabhatam. Let this morning be auspicious to you.
सेवा परा शिव सुरेश कृशानुधर्मरक्षोऽम्बुना तपवमान धनाधिनाताः बद्धाञ्जलि प्रविलसन्निजशीर्षदेशाः श्रीवेङ्कटाचलपते तव सुप्रभातम् कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैवा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि.